Hello there, good evening and welcome to yet another edition of the NSMQ Review Show right here on NSMQ Ghana across all social media platforms. My name is Manuel Kranting, and tonight, it started from humble beginnings and then, gave a sterling debut. And then there were high expectations, they elevated people's hope, and tonight the story of Accra Academy once again is one of heartbreak and disappointment. And as obvious favorites going into that particular quarter-final contest with KNUST SHS, they were tipped to be winners. That will not happen. So tonight, I'm connecting with two people right here to find out why and what happened. This is the NSMQ Review Show, proudly produced by Primetime Limited with support from Ghana Education Service and ABSA Bank. We're also supported by Joy News, Goyle, Adanse Travels, Dano Milk, and all of the other partners who are helping us make sure that tonight's show comes onto your screens. Joy Industries, Newmont Ghana, Kiki Juice Drink, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City College, Adanse Travels, Kenya Airways, Zipline, GTP, Studio HD, and YFM. Tonight, this is a primetime production, and connecting with me here to have this discussion is Dr. Urija Intiamwa. He's an NSMQ enthusiast. He's been following it for about 7 years now. Urija, thank you so much for coming, Doc. Are you feeling the way I'm feeling, or you're feeling your own feeling?
My feeling, I just don't know.
You don't know, eh? I'll ask you how exactly you're feeling. Daniel Asare is one of the coordinators from Odan SHS, who actually lost right about now, just a couple of minutes ago, to OPOK Ware School, the obvious better side. Thank you so much for coming too.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
You're happy?
Yeah.
Wow, what's making you happy?
Well, you see, in the history of our school, this is the first time we've gotten to this stage. And I think I have to give God all the glory. Yeah.
So I mean, that's definitely a reason to celebrate.
Oh yeah, because we've tried our best for so many years, we've not gotten to this stage. So if for the first time I've been able to prepare a team to get to this stage, then I think I have to give God all the glory and my management team for their support. And
tonight, Accra Academy has been at the receiving end of a lot of trolls. In fact, my phone has not had peace and has not had rest. I've been charging and charging and charging and charging, only to go and charge again. Urija, were you surprised that this happened to Accra Academy? I mean, yesterday we had this particular show here. I had Steven from OPOK Ware's 2017 team. Then we had James from Tamasco's team. He's their trainer. And both of them tipped Accra Academy. What happened to us?
But then, I always say NSMQ is just like football.
It will humble you, Charlie.
It's just like football.
I don't know.
So going into a match and you expect Bayern Munich to win and they lose.
I don't know.
I think it's one of those obvious upsets. But the contest is always on the day, as I say.
But you see, Accra Academy on the day, to be fair, was a very good sign.
I think they gave the contest away.
You think they gave the contest away?
They gave the contest away. Because even after the riddles, there was still a gap. But then if you are leading by that slim margin and you are the favorite, I think you should take your time. You should take your time. And after the first riddle went, KNUST answered the second, and the third one they just went in when the clues weren't exhausted. And if you don't really take your time, and you have to be able to soak pressure. To be a winning side, it takes a lot. But then KNUST also proved that we are on their soil.
So would you attribute this particular win to home advantage? Because I mean, if there are 5 rounds and 3 out of those 5 rounds, a particular side is leading those rounds. I mean, in the problem of the day, scored perfect scores. In the first round, was leading with 3 points. The second round, is it home advantage really? Because I am confused.
But I think everywhere is home, just like in football. Barcelona will tell you everywhere is home.
Realistically, everywhere is not home. Today, the auditorium was full to capacity. KNUST SHS full. There were just a handful of Accra,
I think that one was a factor. It was a factor. But then, regardless of the whole place being full of supporters, we are answering questions. We are answering questions. And then this year, the questions, the marks have been very high.
Yeah.
And someone was asking me earlier, why is it that the scores are a little bit high? Because the physics questions this year are very solvable. And over the years, the big schools use the physics questions as the advantage to harvest bonuses. But then in the first contest, it was the other way around. Everyone was getting
Everybody was getting their questions
just like the
correct.
second contest, the Prempeh College contest. Everyone was getting until the physics started coming, and Prempeh had a 5, the next 5, and I think one of their questions they didn't hear it, so Anglican picked the bonus. And even in the last contest with OPOK Ware, the questions were just going around. So if you don't take care, and it has happened from
a number of times, and I have particularly
from Friday.
observed that. But let me come to you now. I mean, we have to give it to the girls. Impressive performance by all standards on the day, and right from the first round up until the very last round, you could see that there was nobody that was left out of the game. It could have actually been anybody's game in the final round. You're impressed by the girls' performance?
Oh yeah, they did very well. They did very well. I think Accra, I would say that they thought maybe they could take the contest just like that. Yes, and I think this boils down to the fact that now things have changed. Things have changed, and each school is ever ready to prepare very well and win a contest. So when you're coming in for a contest, I don't think you have to look down on the school. Yeah, that's what I think.
And I wanted to bite on the girls' performance just briefly. Now we're left with just Wesley girls as the only all-girls school that is standing going into the semi-finals. I mean, given the performance that Ola girls put up today, don't you think that they could have actually also made it into the semi-finals?
Oh yes, they could have. I think when I came here the last time, I told you the contest looks like 2013 when we had 2 students from the previous year coming into the next year, and in that year a girls' school got to the final.
And Fansman.
And I still hold on to that.
You think Wesley girls will get into the grand finale? Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, let's review the second contest for the day. Prempeh College. Well, before the contest, we had heard, Anglican people talk and brag. In fact, I spoke to one gentleman who told me that, you know what, Prempeh is just hype and they are muff. And we are going to show them. But they actually were the ones who were shown the exit of the competition. And that means that we are down by 1 in terms of the Kumasi schools that are still in the competition.
Yes.
You were surprised in any of the rounds with
oh,
Prempeh
no.
College and CAS?
Oh no. Why should I be? I think from Prempeh College, one state contest, you could see they are ready to chew a lot of people. Maybe they are not the Lions, but then they are ready to kick anyone who tried to block their way to the finals. They will just take you out. And right from round 1, they showed that there was no way. There was no way that
they had a commanding lead. I mean, right from round 1.
Yeah. You see, you could see that Prempeh College or PC, but were ever ready to take that contest out, just like that. You could see that. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see them in the final. I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure that's their final material? You're sure they're final material?
Oh, I think this semi-final, we are not there to talk about it yet. It happened in Kumasi earlier in the regional final. And in the regional final, in the regional contest, people watch Prempeh College on social media and they're like, maybe the questions were past questions, is hype and blah, blah, blah. But today we saw it here on the national stage during the speed race. Everyone saw it.
History.
It's not
show working.
It's not show working on Kwanya from and yeah, hype. The boys are very good.
But if you look at their score, in the first round, and at the end of the entire competition, they having 67.
Yes.
I mean, the first contest also, they didn't really start the first round pretty well. Today they started it well, but in the next set of rounds, they didn't amass.
Are you
so
sure
much.
they did start well?
Oh, today they started well.
The total score for round 1 is 36, and they had 28. You saw Presbyterian boys, St. Peter's, 37, 39. Yes.
Accra had 33.
But then Prempeh College this year, they are experts in each of the rounds. Maybe POD, but apparently they can go any other way.
Yeah.
Any other way. We saw in the Gehe contest, they getting 10 and the others getting 0. But then for round after round, you see Prempeh College getting better and better and better, including Raiders.
If you want to stop Prempeh College, what must you be thinking about?
It's very difficult.
It will be very difficult to stop Prempeh.
Because
between Prempeh and then Presec, which will be more difficult to stop this year?
It will be a tough contest. Trust me. It will be because the Presec guys are very good. Likewise, the Prempeh guys. So I think it will be a nice contest to watch.
A nice contest to watch. And maybe that, if that will happen at all, it will happen in the grand finale. But the very final contest for the day, we saw the guys from OPOK Ware. They were sizeless in the entire contest. And I remember somebody telling me that the Prempeh contest was a competition between Prempeh College and itself. And so just if they miss a question,
really,
that's what somebody said. You don't agree with that?
Really,
you don't agree.
But then, in the contest, there are 3 schools.
Well, the gap at the end of the
set of questions
contest
we read.
was 37 points. 37 points at the end of the entire competition. Prempeh had 67. The next school had 30 points.
The difference is the true or false. When you get to the true or false round and you have 1 question wrong, you give the opponent advantage of 3 points. But Prempeh had 16. So if the opponent is getting 3 wrong, that means they are retrogressing. So it's not as if the contest was between Prempeh College and itself. But then, the schools didn't
pull their weight.
They couldn't match up. And OPOK Ware today, I'll always
56
say,
points.
I'll always say they did well.
Why?
Whenever I say they didn't do well, they said I'm anti-OPOK Ware. They did well. But once again, they didn't get their day.
Yes.
Because I know them to be very good.
I mean, all the schools that we've seen that are materials for the trophy are in the 60s. Look at Keta School.
Yes.
Look at Tamale. Look at Prempeh. Look at Presec. Look at St. Peter's. All of these schools are in the 60s. Uwas didn't enter the 60s.
OPOK Ware, I said they pressed to kill.
Today they didn't kill anybody. Today they kill anybody, or no. They couldn't kill anybody. No. But your school, they killed your school.
Oh no! You see, you could see. In fact, before the contest, I thought by the end of round 1, OPOK Ware will get around 50 or 40 or 50 per what I heard. Okay, with the Richmond guy. But you could see that in fact they were matched. Yes, good for good. And you could see, maybe the true of us in a way went well for them. So it wasn't that they were too good or too, better. Yeah.
Quickly, you want to say something? Then we'll talk about the semi-final.
I think this year overall the students are doing well. They are doing well. They are meeting my expectations.
We're really not seeing
low
marks.
When it comes to calculations and stuff, they are doing well. Teachers are doing well. They are teaching the kids a lot of stuff. Yes. Yeah, but
they will not be so happy with you calling them kids.
Yeah. Wait, they my brothers and sisters. They are teaching them well. And
let me pick a few of the messages that are coming on social media. If you're watching us, you can leave your comment right under the stream, and then we're going to read them for you. Or you can tweet at me at Manuel Kranting or at NSMQ Ghana with the hashtag NSMQ 2021. Hashtag NSMQ in Kumasi. And the very first one we are picking is from Yao Rindolph at Yao Sugar on Twitter. He says, all Ashanti semi-finals, Super Zonals, Papa Panye. Well, I agree. Ted Lasso at Mura _ TA tweets as NSMQ Ghana and says, like you people for our last round for Accra, maybe some dancing or something. I'll look for you. I will look. I'll look for you. Well, Santasi Drake tweets and says, Prempeh College are seniors in the competition. Only Presec is their standard. And we'll see whether or not Presec is their only standard because they are going to meet Keta. Keta scored 68 in their quarterfinals. Prempeh scored 67. And then OPOK Ware 56. Let's start with that particular contest. It's going to be the very final of the semi-final contest. Who looks like is having a foot forward in that contest?
In the Tamale contest?
No. The Prempeh, Keta, and
no, it's Prempeh, OPOK Ware,
Prempeh, OPOK Ware, and then KNUST SHS.
Okay, I think this year Prempeh is stronger than OPOK Ware.
You think?
Both
yes, they actually beat them in the regional championship.
Experimentally and data-wise.
Okay. On paper, they are better.
Practically
okay.
And data-wise.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. Practically and data-wise.
When you say practically, what do you mean?
We've watched their contest in this year.
Yeah.
From the regionals coming into the nationals, they beat OPOK Ware to win the Ashanti Regional, the maiden edition of the Ashanti Regional Championship.
Maybe home advantage. It was in Prempeh College.
And this is home advantage. Yes, this is home advantage.
Well, this is a neutral grounds because the regional championship was in Prempeh College.
It's home advantage for KNUST, let me put it that way.
For KNUST, yes.
Yes, they are in that contest.
Yes.
But then, whenever there's a contest, you see Prempeh College, all students, their students trooping in, and the whole place is painted green.
What will be the deciding factor in that contest with KNUST, Prempeh, and then OPOK Ware? Because, I mean, when it comes to Prempeh and then OPOK Ware, I mean, it could be anybody's day. Forget about the performance.
It could, but during the original championship finals, I was there.
that brief break in transmission, but you're welcome back and thanks so much for sticking with us. You're making a point before we went off.
Yeah, I said during the regional finals between OPOK Ware School, Prempeh College, and KSTS, Prempeh was leading OPOK Ware School 10 points during round 1. During speed race, OPOK Ware caught up, and during the true or false, in that one there was no problem there. During the true or false, OPOK Ware had 2 of their questions wrong. Prempeh had all right, and Prempeh picked most of the riddles. So I think that contest would be decided in the speed race. I know for round 1, Prempeh will beat OPOK Ware, but I think OPOK Ware is relying their strength on speed race, and I know this time Prempeh might surprise them. But it's still anybody's game.
Still anybody's game. We'll see how that goes. But there's another contest which actually features the shockers of the year, Chimu SHS. They stand St. Augustine's, and they are in there with Presec Legon and then St. Peter's SHS. Which one is going to win for you?
Oh, in fact, it's very difficult to predict. But looking at how the PESCO guys are really preparing, I wouldn't be surprised.
You're going with PESCO?
I wouldn't be surprised.
You're going with PESCO?
In fact, it is very dicey.
It's very, very dicey. If you be hot, be hot. If you be cold, be
cold.
That
would be true. But looking at PESCO, I'll go in for PESCO.
PESCO,
sure.
You?
I think that contest will be decided on the type of questions on the day. Because if the questions are manageable, Chemu might put a shocker.
Oh, no.
Chemu might push a shocker.
No.
It's going to be like the Accra KNUST and then Ola SHS. Nobody's missing a question.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the questions of the day.
Okay.
But if it's our regular semi-final questions we know, Chemu would have to set out.
We can trust the NSMQ to bring semi-final-like questions.
Yes. Chemu will have to set out for the big boys to play.
So Chemu is not part of the big boys?
No.
They took out one of your biggest boys?
No. Even St. Augustine is not one of our biggest boys.
It's your prerogative. This one is from at Slende Kubolo, and says that the grand finale is going to be Presec versus Tamale and then Prempeh. That brings me to that contest with Tamale SHS, Keta SHTS, and then Wesley Girls High School.
I think this time the lion would love to eat grass and an antelope. Yes.
But there are eagles in there, Keta.
Let's see, there's an eagle.
Yeah.
So maybe grass and an eagle. But I've never seen a lion eating an eagle.
Yeah.
But let's see. I have a feeling a girls' school might go to the final. But Tamale is very good. Keta has one of the fastest speed race I've ever seen in a very long time.
Keta.
Yes. And the girls have content. So let's see. It's still anybody's game.
So it's difficult to predict actually in any of the semi-final contests. You are with him. Yeah, anybody's game.
But
not Keta.
I'll go in for Tamale.
For Tamale.
Yeah.
Not Keta.
No.
Are we under playing the Keta folks, because amongst all 3 of the schools, they are the ones really that had the highest.
Yes. But then let me go straight. I think I'll choose St. Peter's. I'll go for Prempeh.
Okay. And then
let the second contest be.
What is your ideal grand finale? We are wrapping up. Your ideal grand finale.
Well, I will wish to see St. Peter's.
St. Peter's.
Tamale.
Which means that the defending champions are going to sit out.
Sure.
Okay. St. Peter's. Tamale.
Then maybe Prempeh.
Prempeh. Your ideal grand finale.
An ideal grand finale is supposed to be Presec Legon, Tamale, and Prempeh College.
Okay. That's the ideal.
But it might not be so.
Okay.
So we live to see on Tuesday.
Well, from this show, we're tipping with Presec, Prempeh.
I'm saying an ideal grand finale.
So the ideal grand finale.
An ideal one is supposed to be Presec,
Prempeh,
Tamale, and Prempeh.
Okay.
That's the ideal everyone.
But this year's competition has taught us that there's nothing ideal about it.
So we live to see on Tuesday.
Well, my bet is on. You're ready. Yeah, yesterday I bet on some school beer, and today I almost died. So Presec Legon, for the sake of the Accra, Accra support, Presec Legon.
I think Presec is on top form.
Presec Legon and Prempeh College, because I cannot see any other school. That's an All Ashanti semi-final. And then Keta SHTS, because it's for a good reason, because the students from Keta say that they want to win this one so that it draws attention to their town, and then government puts up the sea defense for them. So I am in for that project. And so let Keta get into the semifinals. It'll be the very first water school to get into the semifinals. I want to see that.
The grand finale.
The grand finale. I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see Keta in the grand finale. Final words. Final words before we wrap up.
Okay, I think this year has been good, and once again I'm applauding Primetime for bringing up this show each and every year to build rivalry among SHS schools, all students, and
rivalry.
A healthy rivalry among SHS schools, all students, and all that, and improving the learning of science. I'm always a fan of the NSMQ, and I just want to applaud Primetime.
Definitely, definitely, and they deserve all of that. So final words. I mean, the exposure has been great for you, Odan.
Yes, I will seize this opportunity and thank my administration, led by Madam Rosina Boating. In fact, the woman has done very, very well. Madam, may God bless you. And I thank the entire staff and both teaching and non-teaching staff for their support. In fact, I would be very grateful also to our Nananum, especially the 1997-year group, for adopting our NSMQ team. In fact, they've done very well. May God bless them for their support.
And so tomorrow we're off. We're going to breathe a little, and then we're back on Tuesday with the semi-final contest. There are 3 of them that day, and then the 3 winners from that day will lock horns on Friday, the grand finale of the 2021 National Science and Maths Quiz. Last night I was full of hope that Accra Academy will be part of the schools that are entering the semi-finals, but I have learned the hard way that they are not. And so right now, any school that will win, sure, I'm with you. And all of us are with you. I mean, congratulations to all the schools that have made into the semi-finals. That's how we draw the curtain on tonight's edition of the show. Dr. Urija in Tiamwa is an NSMQ enthusiast. He's been helping us with this conversation tonight. And also all the way from Oda SHS, Daniel Asari, he's the NSMQ coordinator. He brought them here for the very first time. They've entered the quarterfinals and they are happy. The National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited with sponsorship from Ghana Education Service and Absa Bank. There's also some support from Joy News, Goyle, Prudential Life Insurance, Ghana, Airtel Tigo, Dano Milk, Joy Industries, Newmont Ghana, Kiki Juice Drink, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City College, Adanse Travels, Kenya Airways, Zipline, GTP Studio HD, and YFM. This is, of course, a Primetime production. But as we are ending the show, the conversation right here is not ending. It's going to continue on social media, in all your old student groups. I mean, tell us what was wrong with your school's performance on stage and how they can come back better next year. For those who have made it, we wish you all the best. Let's meet tomorrow for a preview of the semi-finals and see who actually is going to give us a surprise and who is going to go through. My name is Manuel Kranting. Thanks so much for your pleasure of your time. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.